Hey, you guys. I just thought I'd pop on here because I just had a phone call with my colleague Tony. Um,
Please log in through the Google Home app.
I don't even know what that. I've got Google Doc. I think it's listening. As I was saying, before I was so rudely interrupted by Google. Speaking to a colleague of mine, Tony, today about the current COVID messaging. Now, I'm not sure whether or not this affects you. It certainly does affect me, and I've not really spoken about it other than when Tony called this morning and we were having this conversation. It seems that the narrative is around fear. People are fearful still, quite rightly, about the virus, but also about the not getting the vaccine or getting the vaccine, and the adverts that I've certainly heard on the radio about if you look after, if you want to look after your family and friends, you'll take the vaccine. It's responsible, it's moral, all of those things, which again, I agree that it could be for some people and it's certainly not for others. But everybody seems to be quite scared still, which again, they may have what reasons to be scared. But what's missing in this narrative is the lack of how to look after your mental health when you're dealing with this stuff, right? COVID 19 anxiety syndrome is a very real thing. It has been listed now as a situation that people can find themselves in, and it is debilitating when you're living with crippling anxiety. Just living your everyday life and functioning effectively can be really, really hard for some people. And the fact that what we're constantly hearing in the news and in the media is this fear, numbers, deaths, all of this stuff can be so difficult for people to live with. And I don't know what the answer is. I don't know how people manage, their own kind of external influences in terms of news and stuff. But I'm curious as to how you are feeling about that. Do you think that the current narrative is all around fear and fear mongering? Do you think that it's required? Do you think it's quite right that we are just being told about how dangerous and difficult and life threatening this thing is? Or also, do you think that there is a responsibility for the government or for people in charge of us um, to mitigate that with, not mitigate it, but kind of alongside this information to give us ways to be able to manage our own mental health and to manage the load that we are carrying with this over our heads. It's interesting, and I've told Tony to do a video and to put it out there because he's feeling it just as much as I am. But yeah, I'm quite interested. Let me know what you think.